Here we have a SAT math question. Okay, let's go to the information. The scatter plot shows the relationship between the length of time y in hours, a certain bird spent in flight, and the number of days after January 11. So that is given by x. Okay, so the length of time spent by the bird in flight in hours is given on the y-axis, and the number of days after January 11 is given on x-axis. What is the average rate of change in hours per day of the length of time the bird spent in flight on January 13 to the length of time the bird spent in flight on January 15? So they are asking us to find the average rate of change of length of time in the time period January 13 to January 15. Okay, here the x-axis gives the number of days after January 11th. So that means the starting position is January 11th. So the origin over here represents January 11. Then this 2 represents what date of January? So if the origin 0 represents 11 and 2 means 11 plus 2. So then we get this 2 represents January 13. Then this 4 represents what? So from 0 to 4, if I want to move from 0 to 4, I have to add 4 units. But at the place of 0, we have January 11th. Then this number 4 represents January 15th because 11 plus 4 is 15. So in this time period, that is from this 2 to 4, we have to find the average rate of change. Okay, average rate of change. So for that, so let's find the length of time corresponding to this value 2. So that is 6. So the point we have over here is the 2, 6. And also let's find the length of time corresponding to this number 4. So that is 15 over here because this is a point corresponding to the number between 14 and 16. So here we have 15. So then the point we have over here is 4, 15. Since we want to find the average rate of change between these two values from 2 to 4, so there is a formula to find the average rate of change when we know the 2 points in xy plane. So let's consider the first point as x1, y1. That is 2, 6, and the second point 4, 15 as x2, y2. So then the average rate of change, the formula for average rate of change is equal to y2 negative y1 over x2 negative x1. This is nothing but the slope formula. So here what is the value of y2? y2 is 15. We have over here negative. The value of y1 is 6. And what is the value of x2? It's 4. And what's the value of x1? It's 2. Okay, when I subtract 6 from 15 over here in numerator, I'm getting 9. 4 negative 2 in denominator is just 2. 9 over 2 is 4.5 hours per day. So the average rate of change of the length of the time the bird spent in flight from January 30 to January 15 is 4.5 hours per day.